Musakamaka.
Meerschweinchen. Blizzard. Ja,
Welcome to Behind Blizzard's Music.
Wie entwickle ich ein Musikstück?
Hello everybody.
Musiker.
I'm Derek Duke, music director here at Blizzard Entertainment. I'm here with our in-house music department. We've got Glenn Stafford, our principal composer.
Der Komposer.
Music assistant, but also a composer.
Ja, der Kompost.
Der Komposter.
Der Kompostnist.
Another composer.
Der Kompüst.
Been hearing a ton of their music already, featured in the opening ceremonies as well as a lot of other people's great music. So what we have for you today is a walkthrough, a whole bunch of
Das ist
music.
jetzt der einzige Deutsche, den ich hier
We're
sehe.
going to try and give you an insight into what it takes to put together the music that we produce for all of the development teams here at Blizzard. We're going to go through and explain a little, and I'll talk to each one of these guys about what they do, and then followed by that, we're going to do a performance about what they've been talking about. So we're going to talk through a World of Warcraft piece, a Heroes piece, a little bit of Overwatch, and the Overwatch League. So one other thing I wanted to mention is that as composers and what we do at Blizzard,
Heute mal
we spend
ohne
a lot of
Übersetzer.
time in our room with
Komischerweise,
computers,
ja, komischerweise in den anderen Bühnen gibt es keine Übersetzer.
by nature performers per se.
Nur auf der EN, weißt du, den Hauptevents. Da gab's die, woanders gibt's die hier nicht. Was ich komisch finde. Anstatt sie die mal verteilen, weißt du? Nein, da sitzen 3, 4 Spacken an einer Bühne, weißt du? Hallo? Das ist so bescheuert.
Hey, Mucke. Mucke.
Ganz ruhig.
These are all 100% new arrangements. You're hearing them first. They're for you. And with that, starting off, I want to talk about.
Ey, es wird langsam am Arsch duster.
Oh, armes Schweinchen.
Then an arrangement of Return to
Oh,
Arms
düster, mach ich.
as a piece that he wrote.
Du bist näher dran, ne?
And Glenn, if you want to take
Ich hab ja nicht das Licht gemacht, ich meine das Licht.
Sure. Well, thanks, Derek.
Ja, noch nicht.
Vielleicht
hat Mike Angst in der Dunkelheit.
Before World of Warcraft, if you can imagine that, early in Warcraft history.
Hey, schicker sind die.
Somewhere in the Warcraft 3 era, this piece was for a trailer, a cinematic trailer. It was a great looking piece.
A cinematic trailer. A cinematic.
Recorded and out the
Hat
door.
dann wieder hier rein, wa?
It's just a couple of few short days.
No, vielleicht wird ja ein bisschen wärmer dabei.
That was a collaboration.
Yes, actually, I have to give a lot of credit for this piece to Jason Hayes for the thematic ideas in it. That we did collaborate on.
Ow.
A lot of arranging. We ended up recording choir parts.
War ja nur, das war ja noch freundschaftlich.
Dozens of tracks to make it this large, male choir sound.
Muss die Mama erst die ganzen Sachen zusammenpflücken fürs Essen, oder?
Hey, die macht doch schon. Ach, meine Güte. Nicht so ungeduldig.
Eine darf man auch mal ein Späßchen machen, oder? Hä? Ein Spieß.
Ein Spieß. Kommt zum Punkt.
Ach, wo will die Leute, die sowas spielen können, ne?
Anybody recognize that?
Hey, noch ein Sinti. Ein Sinti und noch ein Sinti. Mehrere Sintis.
Part of it anyway.
Wie?
Out of that
Tweak.
out of that piece of music came actually a lot of different pieces of music that have touched on it. There's another bit from it that's does this. Anybody recognize that? And that made its way into World of Warcraft in the shaping of the world, I think it was called on the original vanilla soundtrack. So that did, it kept going through the different chords.
Dum 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 dum.
So there's that. For this, Return to Arms, it's a nod to classic red and blue, orcs and humans, Horde and Alliance, from dating way back to Warcraft 2 era even. I pulled some musical ideas. There's a human piece from Warcraft 1 it's snuck its way in there a bit. Oops.
Definitely people will recognize that, right?
So that's a little human one, and even got some orc bass line in there a little bit from one of the Warcraft 2 pieces. And there's little licks that went along with that.
Dum 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 dum
This
dum
was just a
dum.
mashup of a lot of nostalgic ideas and also reimagined with new chords, new harmony, reharmonized. Similar melody, not exactly the same. Now it's instead of it does this. So yeah, it goes on from there, and I don't know
When you change the chords like that, does that change the emotion, or how does that?
Oh yeah, to give it a little bit more of a seafaring, piratey feel. This expansion definitely had that emphasis, as well as the callback to classic red and blue. And it was a lot of fun to work on and to reimagine, and people seem to really react to it well. And it's a little bit slower than the original, and Leo even did an alternate version of it with elements from it that we use here for this exclusive Blizzcon version as an intro to it. So it's a nice, slow-moving intro that helps set it up.
So would you say this is a common approach for us to take these themes and mash them up for our typical WoW music?
It happens a lot. It's not with everything. We do like to introduce new themes, and there's constantly new areas and characters and everything being added. At the same time, we want to maintain our, musical sound, our musical identity, and with the connection over the years, dating back to all the earliest Warcraft, or whatever franchise we're working in. In this case, Warcraft. Cool.
I'm sure everybody's anxious to hear this new arrangement. So we're gonna play Return to Arms for you. This is a BlizzCon exclusive new arrangement.
Hopp, hopp, hopp. Erstmal richten.
Schön hier, Leute. So, war jetzt da ist noch Richter, sind die großer.
Meine Fresse, ne.
Ich dann denke, da muss bei Amazon lecker ein paar Mal, der hat ja ein Sinti, das war ein Riesengerät, der eigentlich Atombau. Früher die Sintis.
Ja.
Minimog. Mog Synthesizer, das waren die original ersten von Mog. Weil das Ding ist ja auch hässlich. Das ist doch eigentlich nur so
Eine komische Fläche da, die haben auch wohl.
die schöne Gitarre. Lass mich doch mal vorne oben den Hals sehen, ob das ein Gypsen ist. Nom nom.
Nee, ich wollte.
Blut, Blut.
Continuum Fingerboard. Hm.
Ja, kennst du das?
Ja,
Diese Fingerboard. Nö, kenne ich irgendwie nicht.
okay.
Aber kennst du diese Blickdinger? So wie Knöpfe, nur eben auf einer Schaltfläche, ne? Geht.
Kann sein, dass ich das irgendwie schon mal vielleicht irgendwie vage gesehen habe, aber ich weiß es nicht ganz genau. Ah, jetzt muss er natürlich schauen. Nami. Okay, sollte man vielleicht noch nicht nehmen, ist ganz schön heiß noch. Windmühle! Was denn? Windmühle! Da war gerade eine Windmühle zu sehen. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Ja, ja.
Meine Fresse, da geht's ab.
Die Mucke war ganz schön leise.
Okay, let's start. Next up, I'd like to talk about the Heroes franchise and that music. Heroes is a great franchise. And
Heroes.
it touches all of our franchises, and it gives us that opportunity to draw on music from all of our work, to dig into the history and that rich archive of all that music from Diablo 1, from Warcraft, from the early StarCraft music we have, and all that. So, Neo's put together a great piece for us, and that's makes up from Battle of the sorry, give me the piece. Battle Begins. Yeah, from Battle Begins and Alternate Path, and then we're going to talk about home screening. But I wanted Glenn to just demo really quickly a little bit of Battle Begins. It's such an anthemic piece, and it has a really great sort of extended and just a wonderful melody. And I'm going to open this up and going to demo that for us. There we go. Put it on bar 1.
Go!
Alright, there we go. So, yeah, Battle Begins was sort of not quite the main title, but sort of like I'll call it the main anthem, or I guess an anthem for Heroes of the Storm. Interesting thing about it, it's just 3 notes basically. It's more than 3 notes, but the initial idea is a 3-note melodic phrase that repeats.
Also langsam wird's ganz schön dunkel.
It all kind of came out of that. Simple chords and melody. Starting.
Was denn?
Oh, and yeah, with the chords, it starts on the initial
Mega
chords,
trübe
the whole bass,
gerade.
I call it, and it works its way around for a while. It takes you on a journey, and then it finally comes back to the whole bass. So it's interesting harmonically as well as a simple melody. So it's this is the original idea was just this. So just that 3-note phrase, repeated, and then extended, and then the chords kind of help dictate what, or the melody kind of help dictate what the chords were going to be. And then everything else is built around that, lots of fast rhythms and big guitars, choir. So when we did a special Blizzcon arrangement of the original Battle Begins plus esports version of Battle Begins plus Leo's soundtrack Pass.
Cool. So I want to talk to Leo also about home screening, and that's sort of the music work that we do for Heroes, a bit different. And if you could walk us through that, how you sort of that process for creating the music for Heroes.
Sure, so when we say home screening, what we mean is whenever a new character or event is at the Heroes of the Storm, it is displayed on the home screen of the game and needs custom music to match it, something that can bring this hero to life. We usually like to start with the base of music that is already related to the characters. The characters are pulled from other franchises. So for Deckard Cain, it was Tristram from Diablo 2. That's his iconic Deckard Cain music at this point. For White Mane, it was music from Scarlet Monastery in the Western Floodlands. And we take 1 or 2 of these tracks and we do special music edits where we try to cut out just the most iconic parts from these themes, put them together for one concise piece of music that really encapsulates the character. And then at that point, it starts getting passed around the department as we start adding the sort of Heroes effect, the home screening that we kind of call it, where we add lots of synth sounds to it to sort of capture the sound of the Nexus. These are more spacey, crystally synths than you normally hear in Overwatch or really any other franchise. And then a lot of rock guitars. And guitar isn't a totally new thing, that existed in StarCraft. That was more country rock, and this is more like metal rock. It's sort of turned up to another level. And so maybe one of us does the music edit, and then it gets passed to another person who adds synths, and another person who adds guitars. It goes through Glenn for feedback, as the original Heroes composer. It goes through you for feedback, and it just kind of makes us loop around the department. And you end up with a really collaborative experience that you don't get with any other Blizzard music.
Ja, die Kapitel fällt
So,
super. Wenn ihr
with
macht,
Altered
Kapitel
Past,
reingeschrieben.
seems
Dann
like
kannst du dir
the
eine
music
Kappe,
from that
die immer
didn't get the normal
eine
Heroes
Kappe
treatment.
machst.
Ended up being a lot more
Ja,
orchestral,
nee.
didn't have all the guitars and the synths. and
Aber
stuff
man
like
muss
that.
mal sehen, dass man
There's
jetzt da
some
wieder auf
reason
den
for
Schrank
that.
aufräumt.
Yeah,
Das sieht
so
ja aus
Altered
auf dem
Past
Schrank.
does the
Dass
opposite
man die
of
ganze
all
Zeit
this
im
because it
Kopf.
pulls from the original Altered Valley PvP music from Vanilla WoW. It's very old school WoW music. So we wanted to keep that old feel to it. We really wanted to hit on the nostalgia of just orchestral music, just the big brass and the big strings. Really wanted to feel familiar to the characters. They could recognize it from the old times.
Cool. Were there any special moments in that music that were, that were like signature things or things that you really stuck out to?
Yeah, so there's a couple themes that really stick out as sort of part of that original Ultra kit. Part of it is this chord progression.
So that doesn't sound like. So what are we hearing there? Like if we were hearing the Altered Past, what would the orchestra be doing for that particular?
So in Altered Past, it's orchestra and it's on big brass chords, tuba, trabasso, trombone, French horn, playing that just big and brassy and as loud as possible. So for this arrangement, it really made sense to put that on big guitar chords. It felt like sort of a natural pairing.
Cool.
original all-track kit, and that was, again, it was low brass, sort of short trombones, tubas, but also strings, like cellos and basses, and that just really lended itself to be a guitar riff pretty easily, and it kind of leads to a little bit of this sort of prog rock guitar riff feel, which is really fun.
So were you working on it on your distorted guitar?
What was that?
When you were working on it, were you using the guitar?
A little bit. I mean, it really feels natural on a distorted guitar, so yeah.
Cool. Well, I think let's give it a shot. This is another all-new Heroes arrangement featuring for Blizzcon 2018 by Leo Kulissen.
Geil.
Schnelles Call, aber nicht von Gypsy. Oder auch ein gewisse.
Oh.
Aber mal sagen, wie die Linien hier, die sind auch schon teilweise hier kaputt. Und sie die nicht für irgendwas verwenden.
So next up, we're going to talk a little bit about Overwatch and talk with Adam Burgess.
Overwatch.
So one of the most common questions we get as composers, I know, is where does the inspiration come from? So talk with Adam about where does that inspiration come from? Where does it all start off? And like when you get that assignment, how do you start? How do you get that initial kickoff? Where do you begin? So you could dig into that with us.
Yeah, it's a good question. You know, when an assignment comes through, it's often a daunting task, and it's hard to know where to start with it. I personally find that the most inspiring thing for me is looking at the artwork, especially the concept pieces. So we actually brought a couple of pieces along with us today, and I'll talk through them with you. The first one's Wrecking Ball, one of the latest Overwatch heroes. You know, when you get pitched the idea of a hamster hero for a game like Overwatch, it's hard not to think, you know, there's going to be something very cartoony. It's going to be something very comical and lighthearted. And then you look at this piece, and you kind of throw that all out the window. You know, as composers, we're always looking into the details and trying to bring characters and locations to life. So something as simple as his facial expression, you know, check it out. He's super determined. He's not smiling. He's not goofing around. He's not a comical hamster. This further gets established with cinematics media when we really dig into his origin story as a character. If you look at the mech wall, you have this, you know, robotic weaponry, and it's really highly weaponized. And, you know, that again goes against this comical idea of, you know, this character. So what I thought for Hammond is he needed this really big theme. He needed this theme that was very triumphant, very, you know, it's very orchestral. It feels like something that a hero should have. And he almost needed this huge theme to lift him up to the level of the other heroes because he's so small, you know? So that's him. On the other hand, we have maps. So if we bring up the next piece, which is this beautiful concept work from the Rialto map. Once again, as composers, we're asking ourselves questions and trying to find the inspiration to write, you know, correct music for this location. So when I look at this, I'm seeing all the small details, like there's a storefront across that canal. This is in Italy. It's based off Venice. And I'm starting to ask myself, you know, what would I want to hear if I was there? What do I want to feel like if I'm in this location? And if I'm on one of those gondolas, how does it make me feel as I'm floating around, you know? Am I happy? Is it romantic? And you kind of start putting this idea together in your head about, you know, the world we're creating and the right sounds that fit into it. And then it's a matter of just looking at the art and playing to it. And as soon as you feel like you're there, you take that kind of sound you've just hit and just extrapolate it into as much music as possible.
Yeah.
Pick out the best parts, and that becomes what you hear in the game.
So do you feel like you have to have the answers to those questions in your head before you actually sit down?
Was los?
Personally, yes, because I don't want to get in a situation where
Right.
I'm writing without context and without ideas and without understanding this hero or this map. And, you know, maybe I'll come up with an idea and I fall in love with it, but it's not right.
Wow.
So if I
Oh,
understand exactly what I want to write before I sit at the piano and try to figure it out, then I'm more likely to get the music right and convey the right emotion.
And we're talking about we're talking about Hammond, a hero, and the map, Rialto. Are there different types of assets you're creating or type of stuff you're writing for these two different kinds of situations?
Yeah, you know, with heroes, it's all about embodying the character in the music. If you looked at the Ash cinematic from opening ceremony and her announcement trailer, she is the head of a biker gang. She's a badass. So she has country western music, she has rock-orientated music, it fits her character. Hammond needed a heroic theme. It's all about, you know, injecting that sound into the characters to really bring them to life. with maps, it's about the location. So for this piece we're put together, which is Wrecking Ball and Rialto kind of in a medley, the Rialto section is inspired by Italian music, and you kind of take those elements from that region, and these are real musical cultures and real musical histories and traditional instruments, and you have to inject that into the sound of Overwatch that's been established for the last couple of years, and try to find the right balance between the two of them. Yeah, it's a very different process for both.
Cool. And maps are different kind of asset, like just creating stuff for mostly for in-game versus like the heroes mostly cinematic stuff?
Yeah, Heroes is mostly cinematic, origin stories, Overwatch, animated shorts, they're all hero-based. For maps, it's more, gameplay sizzle reels, which is where we have a fly-through of the map and it goes out on social media and YouTube. That's a really big one.
Blick.
Yeah, it's different, and then we have the menu screen for new heroes, menu screen for new maps. This all needs musical content, and when you're looking for these themes, the most important thing is that it works across all of these different mediums. We're not writing, minutes of unique music for all of them. We're trying to establish this one theme so that everything feels connected.
Cool. By the way, Adam scored his first episode of the Ash-free episode that you all watched.
Yeah!
So one other question, I know like in certain maps like Dorado, they have the bells you can ring, and by playing certain melodies you get achievements. Are there other Easter eggs and stuff like that we have in certain maps?
Also langsam ist das beschissen dunkel.
The more music you put in the map, the more it
Bisschen mehr Licht gefällig.
Oh, was mit dir los?
And you run around the theme park and you hear this iconic WoW music, StarCraft music,
Was
Diablo
doch früher
music,
nicht so.
Heroes music. So we put a lot in Rialto. There's little things, just like if you run to the gelato store and you stand outside, if you're in a silent spot and no one's trying to attack you or anything, you'll hear music coming from the door there. Probably the most prominent one is if you jump on the boat in the canal, you hear this like sweeping, romantic, kind of Italian-inspired music that we put in, and that was super fun, but it wasn't our first take on the idea. So on the concept artwork you saw, you just kind of saw the gondola sitting there, but in-game there's Omnic, or robot, we call them Omnics in the Overwatch guys, and he's standing on the back and he's rowing you along the gondola, and we had this cool idea like, oh my god, what would it sound like if he sang to you as you're floating around the map in this like robotic, operatic voice. And it was this thing we chased for like, a week, and me and Derek are in my room like messing around with like vocal synthesizers, and we're not lyricists, so we just thought like, okay, there's two words we can use. We can use the word Rialto, we know that much, and we can use the word canal. So we wrote this song, and we actually have it here for you, and yeah.
Yo! Okay.
Nice.
Thanks. So, just judging by your reaction, you're laughing, you're smiling, you think it's hilarious. We also felt the same way. And as cool as this was, we just kind of felt like, do we want this to be comical? Do we want it to be funny? And we decided, we're going to chase this idea a little more. So, one day you might have a singing Omnic in the game, but for now it's just kind of the sneak peek into some of the things we come up with that, you guys never see.
Cool. So, now we're going to do this special arrangement of Wrecking Ball and Rialto that Adam put together. Especially for you, Blizzcon. Come here. There you go. You've got a lot of noise.
Yeah, I think it's the cable, man.
Ich hätte gerne nicht gemacht.
One of the final things I wanted to talk about was esports. It's been a huge year for esports. Blizzard has always been a fan of esports. It's always been very important for Blizzard. And especially this year with the launch of the
Ja,
Overwatch.
überall am Arsch ist Duster.
Creating music for esports, we've always done special versions from all of our franchises and made an attempt to do that.
Warst du schon
But
vor
something
Schluss?
we've never delved
Keine
in.
Zeit drin.
War jetzt aber nicht gerade viel.
Creating an entirely
Was hast du
basically
heute?
new brand of music for the Overwatch League. If you, I don't know how many people have watched the Overwatch League or any of the broadcasts. Anyone watch this, fans? Well, so we created this whole broadcast
Da war der Dunkelmond.
kit of music that's been broadcast around the world for Overwatch League.
Ja, ich finde ja lustig, dass er beim Dunkelmond irgendwie konnten wir jetzt
An
machen.
arrangement of some of his music. He was responsible for creating that, also with some help from Troll Coleman. And we're going to
Was hast du
play that
heute?
for you now is what's called the sports version.
Du kannst ja jederzeit wieder einsteigen. Mit so einem alten Magier vielleicht durch die Gegend ziehen oder mit, weiß ich nicht. Ja. Wäre jetzt zu viel verlangt, den alten Magier irgendwie.
Ja, Hauptsache sie finden das.
Hearthstone.
So, thank you for spending some time with us today at Blizzard's Behind the Music. Before we go, I want to take time to acknowledge that it's not just us here who make the music for Blizzard. There's a whole slew of other people that create music for us. You can see these people behind us. You might recognize some of them: Neil Acree, Sam Carden, Jerry Beck, Peter McConnell, Adam Govman, Mark Petrie from Badakian, Joel Spolman, David Arkenstone. All these people and more compose music for us. There's our producers who produce for us. There's the orchestrators. There's the engineers and recording studios. There's the hundreds and hundreds of musicians. All these people. There's our extended family at Blizzard. All these people whose shoulders we stand on, and we wouldn't be able to bring you the music that we do without them. There's our small little department. This is what all the music. This is all that music comes through here to get to you. Charlotte Moore and Liz Seminario are music producers. So once again, thank you for being here with us here at Blizzcon. Thank you, all of you out there on the virtual ticket. Again, Adam Burgess, Leo Kulissen, Glenn Stafford, I'm Derek Duke. Thank you. Have a really great Blizzcon.
Yay.